What am I doing here? Well, looking for anything that could help our village. Here, take this. I don't have any use for it, but maybe you will.
Please sow my mind.
Even though she doesn't puncture your skull, you still feel sharp needles digging deep inside your brain.
Bow draw very expensive. Bye-bye. I can't afford to play it on the 2 side often enough to really benefit from the other side. And the other side is risky business as well, to be fair. So back to the main map, we have Confident Priestess there, Bard on the other side. I might cut back into the middle, looking for a weird candle. Not find it. Still want to loop probably around from the bottom side back up. Just for the sake of optimizing my my weird candles. Although I should probably stop spending as many of them as I am. I'm running through them fast. And there's fights like this that it's just not necessary. Yeah, extremely not necessary. Shadow shot. Normal shot. I forgot that I'm gonna have to defend myself this time. This taint at some point. Gosh, why do I keep forgetting that? Although it's not like I really had any defense in the sand, save the blood fabric. Which I guess I'll do. No real way around that one. Could use the flute this turn to possibly save 1 HP. Or lose 25 armor for 2. Actually, that's pretty good. And then I'll use the flute. So now I'll take no damage this turn, and my negative armor next turn will give us... Actually, should I use some shots now? Yeah, get tiny amounts of damage on you. Pep you down. But I also buffed you at the same time. Gosh. Every move was wrong! Every single one of them! It's rare that you have a turn where every single maneuver was the worst possible one that you could have made, but I did it. I want you to know I'm not proud. Let's flip Unbreakable Chains back to the other side. Faints are on the start of the other side. Hey, time to lost. Get losted after. Berserker. Target gains 100% damage and loses 50 armor this turn. Yeah. Neat. A cracked Ethel appears too. Don't really care about that too much. Ult. Oh my god, I forgot about the ult again. But I do want to stay in the fight for as long as possible to get lost. So a lot of the time I'm not using the ult to finish fight. Not by choice, but I still wouldn't have wanted to. This fight also has a enemy that is more dangerous when I have higher weird candles, so it's an easier fight to justify not taking much weird candle into. Why did this have to happen? Perhaps just saw your latest ladder streak where you mentioned syncing audio and video clips. If you don't mind me asking, what do you use to edit your videos? If I ever have to edit, I do it in Premiere Pro, but in the ladder streak, it's all done live. So the syncing of all of those kinds... Oh. Why, I don't know the instance that I was talking about syncing, but in that series, I was probably talking about doing it live. Burning light for nothing right now. We'll use the Mystical Gamble first. Nice. Multi-shot. It's not awful here, but God, I really wish I had the one that hit everyone. Lose 25% of your current HP from Tainted Force next turn. I have to give them the barrier. No two ways around that one. Then I should probably just target an individual target and see if I can take them off the board. Phantom's Aid. Reduce all their armor by a total of 0. Nice. So it would be Shadow Shot here, Normal Shot here, and then the Smoke Shot to the main line. Use Hard Steel to reduce the incoming damage to 1. Even with the Flute, that wouldn't reduce past this point. Okay. Arrow back to draw 2 arrows. Literally just going to be double shot from there. Let's faint. Summon the dog and lower armor, I think. Worked out reasonably well. Yep. Yeah, here's where I would want an AoE. Thankfully, we do get Blood Fabric in this hand. Draw 2 weak shots. Nice. We'll Lust first, then Blood Fabric. I know my HP is getting really low. Once Lust actually transforms, we're going to be so excited. Up until that point... Oh, no. Let's use a normal shot over on that side. Nice. Get ourselves back into the ability to even play a Spiritual Blows. Well, I should use the smaller hits first. Almost certainly. Because then the later hits are amplified by the armor loss. Nice. Ooh, healing mixture. Good to see you. Heavy Shot. Deal 1 hit for 200% damage. Ooh, Blind Fury. Deal 3 hits for 100% to random enemies. That's 1 energy for 300% damage. Overdraw, also not bad here. But I think I'm going with a multi-shot build and just putting a lot of arrows in there and then just multi-shotting every other turn. I think that's cool. Increase the Phantom's damage by 25%. Increase the minimum damage you deal by 3. At the start of each turn, gain 5. Minimum damage by 3, thank you. We are only 2 Gars away. So we are a multi-shot kind of build that is just increasing the base damage. The Phantom 1 is super strong. I do not doubt it. I definitely don't doubt it. I like trying to explore this multi-shot build. Could it lead us to another quick death? Possibly. Do I still want to do it? Definitely. Let's pop that healing mixture.
See the bard sitting among his instruments. He's playing no music, and there's no joy in his words.
Hello there. I assume you'd like to learn a song, but I don't think I have any music left in me, friend. There's one song I could teach you, but after we're done, I won't remember who you are anymore. I won't remember who I am anymore. I won't remember anything anymore.
So I can set myself back in quest progress to remove 3 cards from the deck? Or no, stop, I promise I'll try and find your brother. Damn. Rip to your brother, I guess.
Starts to hum a haunting melody. After a while, you can feel its effect.
So the cards that I'm going to want out of this deck are the non-multi-shot cards and the quiver cards that I cannot cast. Maybe even Hard Steel, to be honest. I do want more draw in here if I can get it. That doesn't get into the second cycle at the absolute least. Maybe I even remove one of the base shots. Maybe. They're not one of the best cards I can get with the AoE. They're not arrows that I want to draw from the arrow bag as much. Okay.
Who are you?
He looks around in confusion. He clearly doesn't recognize any of his instruments or even the place where he sits.
Who am I?
Yeah, I think we may have just reverted the quest to the start. I'm assuming it's not irreversible because it would be wild to have a game where you can make a decision, like specifically a roguelike, where you can make a decision that you cannot come back from in terms of true progression. I'm just certain that doesn't happen here, so I'm happy to take that risk. Confident Priestess. Considering the true end requires you to save, excuse me, all the NPCs, that's a lot of work you undid. Maybe. Okay, yep. One more use of Lost will get us to the right area. 3 card removal in a deck that is trying to do what I'm currently trying to do might be huge. Killing the Pied Piper might be permanent. Maybe? I don't know. But is that directly related to the end progression? Tainted Force, increase all their armor, or draw 3 cards less next turn. I think I'm okay with drawing 3 cards less next turn. Well, out of the available options, I think I'm okay with drawing 3 cards less next turn. Oh. Damage. Damage. Damage? Ah, damage. Yeah, killing everyone on turn 1's pretty good. I even got Lost off. Stack Father's Charm. Maybe it'll help, or maybe you'll just die. Get a cracked here. Nice. Pet Woolsey before we talk to the Confident Priestess about it. I did in one save file every time I found them again. They just ran away from me. Couldn't talk to them anymore, so no flute on that file. Yeah, missing out on the flute is pretty rough.
As you approach, the priestess doesn't even look in your direction. She mumbles something you can't understand as she walks forward with her gaze fixed on the horizon.
Oh. Exhausted Priestess. Yeah, maybe next time she asks about the world, I can tell her to take a break. Maybe. Alright, what we... you know what, I'm turning the light back on. Okay, yeah, that Treasure Guardian... I guess the multi-shot with all would be pretty damn good here, but may not necessarily be available. I'll go in with this light. It's a good multi-shot this turn, though. Yeah, do it. Multi-shot enemies for 25% extra damage. Do it. Good. You did it. You did it well until it was all dead. Okay, I do not have access to the Lost here. Gain much armor. I mean, probably ultimately what we're gonna end up doing this turn. Ooh, I can just draw the smoke shot, use that this turn. Or do I want to leave that for the next turn? Kind of hard to tell. I want Lost to go off on a turn where I'm actually doing big bops to the enemy is the thing. Yeah. Oh, you're immune to stuns! I just gave you plus 50 armor for the next 2 turns for no reason. Nice work, Raps. Nice work. There we go. Let's get Lost out there. Turns into Deadly Lost in hand, 200% extra damage this turn, and 50% lifesteal. And now we murder. And then from now on out, we're just going to be healing up every single fight, keeping a giant max HP pool. And God, enemies are really going to need to kill us in a single turn.
You found what was when you...
2 damage. I mean, 10 armor does actually... It goes a really long way right now. 2 damage. I want to blow up all the enemies on turn 1 or turn 2. Where? Come on. Bard, we've done that. Ruined Home, we've done that. Done the comfort. Okay, cool. I'm gonna turn the light on before going in this one as well. There's our Deadly Loss in the opening hand. I might want to leave that for a later turn, if possible. Oh, yikes. Look at all that incoming damage on turn 1. Turn 1. Will never be. Yeah, I'm going to have to leave that in the cycle. 100%. Don't really get to choose on that one. I'm going to shot you. Use that to seize the opportunity to shoot you. I could throw that against the main line, but I may actually just let that one get discarded. Phantom's Aid to lower the enemy's armor makes sense. Summon the dog. I mean, there's not that many other things I can do this turn, so sure. It's just I don't know if it's necessarily going to be good to have the dog do its own hits against the enemy here, but it happens. Alright, and then Wooden Flute, everyone lowers their damage for the rest of the turn, end the turn. Excuse me? The dog is alive? I would never. Reduce the enemy's damage by 100% for the turn, cool. Offer HP for barrier seems good here too. God, I wish I had I wish I had Field Hall in this hand, oh my god. Although, we're setting up for a hand. Oh no, but I can't play Ultimate Weaponry and then Field Hole in the same hand either. Oh. Reduce the cost of 2 random cards by 2. Wow, if I can actually let that go off for the next turn, I'm going to be pretty happy about that. Hard Steel? Yeah, I could let that go off for the next turn. I think I will. Okay, you cop that. And then some Blind Fury as well. Lob Shot, then Hard Steel. I guess maybe I should have just thrown the shots in as well. Yeah, you summon an ally in 1 more hit. And they increase damage for the field. I guess we end turn. Okay, that summoned an enemy. And it looks like the enemy actually attacked that turn, the moving stone. Interesting. I was wondering if that was going to be the case. Oh, we did it! We did it! We got Field Hall and Ultimate Weaponry in the same hand. Okay, and the Field Hall is 0 costed. Good, good, good. Stun the Golem, lose 25 armor until you end combat, reduce the armor of all enemies by 30. Okay, so we'll stun the Golem, right? And it summons a friend. Reduce all of their armor. And then I draw 4 finishing shots and a Phantom's Aid. We'll pet the dog. Yeah, cop sentinel damage as well. Bye. When I said bye, did I stutter? I did not stutter. Bye. Almost a level! Citizen Mech says, I saw a Steam review saying the game was unfair due to the enemies outscaling you, creating an unpleasant need to farm. After I read that comment, I watched Raps absolutely wrecking on his first few runs. Yep. Yep. Sometimes, for games like this, I've learned to take some user reviews with a grain of salt.
This feels like an echo of something that happened before. Like then, you're left with the sensation of a strange power growing within you.
So this one's actually difficult. Do I want to go to the final boss this time? Do I want to get the deck nuttier? Do I want to get a special passive skill? So it's around that area for each of them. I'm happy to go to the final boss if everyone would like to see the final boss, but it is basically how much damage can you do in this turn or in these amount of turns. I honestly think just getting the run nuttier is more interesting. Let's take a removal. Every removal is going to matter so much for this deck. It's hard. It's hard to argue against it is the problem. Because every removal just makes it so much better. Honestly, these arrow bags right now are actually probably bad. Because I can't really use them to draw cards without taking away my ability to use ultimate weaponry and spiritual blows more consistently. Ultimate weaponry and field attack just don't happen in the same hand either, unless we've got some cost reduction going on, which isn't super common. So maybe I don't want to lean more in that direction, because it's not super common I'll be able to pull exactly that one off. That said, the more they're in the same hand with just lob, shot, and blind fury, the far better off we are as well. Those themselves are arrows. See, the arrow bag right now, it is 1 energy and 3 ultimate charge to draw 2 arrows, right? But if I didn't have the arrow bag in the deck, a vast majority of the time, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't have that many maneuvers. The vast majority of the time, I would either draw a quiver that I like more, or I would just draw an arrow. So what? This is 1 energy and 3 costs to get an extra arrow in hand? Bye-bye. Get out of here. Oh, I can only remove 1. Fine. Still do it. All right, return to the village. I don't think I left anything on previous areas for me to dub back to. So I think it's time to go.
You're back.
All right, Master at Arms. Help me manage this deck a little bit, bud.
By removing card from it.
All right, what's this one gonna be? Ah, all right, we just litigated it. It's the arrow bag. Gundle Maker. Increase their duration if I still have the ability to do that here. I do not. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably just hold out for the ability to get an initial weird candle or boss weird candle as well. I quite like arrow bag because it more or less guarantees you can get to your stun shot every turn in the base deck. That's a fair point. Hello, Seamstress. Don't need to upgrade anything there. Get a random passive skill? Yep. Each hit has a 5% chance to reduce enemy's armor by 20. It doesn't say for this turn or for the rest of the combat or anything like that, so I'm assuming it's just for this turn. Ask her to sew the body. Let's do that because I want to put on a different outfit. We unlocked one at the end of the last run. This one. No, it wasn't that one. Which is the one we unlocked? No, it looked like that one, but not bad. Actually, I don't even know if I can see it here. Maybe the unlock's a little weird, or maybe it's only for a different class or something. It's for rest of combat. Cool. I mean, this is kind of a summoner getup. I do want something that says, I'm an archer and I'm here to mess you up. And that is very, I'm an archer and I'm here to mess you up. I don't really like that helmet, though. I don't like the pointy helmets in the middle. Not a fan of the Prussian Pickelhaube for that reason. I also don't really like a heavy face covering. I mean, honestly, like, that's closest for me. Although maybe... Yeah, you know what? Hair out.
Trick.
Go shop. We're not allowed to gamble here anymore because it's just completely out of money to give us, evidently. Go for the heal there, theoretically. Don't need to, though. Okay, so the final thing that I need to worry about here is how I'm going to operate with this blacksmith. Because we are 2 Gar. Just gonna organize these to try and get a little bit more information. Yeah. Yeah, we're 2 Gar from completing. So I can't just buy 2 more Gar. He won't have them in stock. I already bought all of the runestones at the start. So I could transmute. Transmutation would be, you know, like... but increasing our max HP is actually also really good. Like, I want to get as many stands and as many Gar as possible. Also, polished here for extra damage in the first turn, or extra armor in the first turn. Also actually quite good. Polished Calc is probably one of the ones I could most easily get rid of. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Cracked Ethel, and Cracked Calc were transmuted here. And then what? I'm exchanging a... I don't really want to exchange anything else. Yeah, but when you exchange, you get a random rune. Not necessarily the one you're looking for. So transmute is the way to get the choice. I might have to wait until after this area to do it. If I really, really want to be effective about this. It's also possible I just find enough Gar to get it leveled up. Like, it's not... Not only is it not inconceivable, it's not unlikely. All right, we'll take one more loop around the rows there. Get back out. Actually, that's the Treasure Guardian right there. God, I'm tempted to go for the Treasure Guardian first. There's the All-Mother's Altar over there. Rundown Windmill. Mysterious Witch. Candlemaker. Gehost. Silence. Rune Carrier. Oh my god, there's a lot of value here. Catch around, Sal. Thank you for tuning in. Can I go to the Treasure Guardian first? Is that how powerful I am? It feels like they could try and deal lethal to us on a single turn. I'm gonna give them a wide berth for the moment. Rune Carrier. That is true. I could... Actually, maybe that's right? So we do everything except for the boss from left to right. Fountain of Health is there. Fountain of Health is probably my way to heal back up after we finish the Mysterious Witch. So it's like that. Back down. It's inefficient. Pretty inefficient. Let's pet Woolsey about it. As we think here. Also do want to see what the altar actually now does. Whether or not we're going to have to encourage her again. I'll come back to the Rune Carrier at the end again. I think I will go with my initial pathing, which was out this way. God, do I want to free the Mysterious Priest instantly? Which lets you remove 5 cards, but which 5 cards to remove? Exactly. It might be basically like... It might be all the Quithers. And then I just try and multi-shot every turn for as much as possible and heal up with Lust. It's not a very resilient build, right? This is a Derringer, right? It's a tiny wee little thing that's got 2 shots in it. And I can fire those 2 shots, and if the enemy doesn't die when those 2 shots are over, then... Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Alright. It's possible to remove so many cards that you can't draw turn 2? Is it? The cards go to grave for that turn. I don't know by what mechanism that would occur. Okay, so what's done? 20% extra damage this turn, I guess. 3 energy, so I'm probably not summoning the wolf this turn. Yes, but you don't draw from grave. Yeah, but it's only that turn that you don't get the cards back from the grave. Phantom's Aid. So Blind Fury. Oh no, Lob Shot's here as well. No, I shouldn't have. No. Oops. Shouldn't spend so much energy. Yeah, not the targets I was hoping for there. Max 12, min 9, min 8, max 10. Same. You know what? Ah, still didn't get him. Fine. I'll play that flute about it for a bit. Okay. I don't need to offer my damage right here. Honestly, it might be some of the neutral cards that need to get removed, to be entirely honest. They're in the first cycle. Like, the first cycle is the most important one for me, and that's not the first cycle, so I'm fierce. Shadow shot to lower their armor. Normal shot to lower their existence. Guess I'll give it the damage and summon the dog this turn then. And now is the turn that we actually get health. Deadly Lost. Phantom's Aid. Field Attack. What was that? What was that? What happened? What even happened on the screen? Alright. My damage is apparently low, but I do not care. Pull out that ultimate weaponry. Mm-hmm. Just keep firing. All right. Human liver, unstable powder. We'll take all. Ooh, we're starting to see some other shots with costs associated as well. Hey, cover shot actually gives us barrier. If I multi-shot this and it hits every enemy, do I gain barrier according to every enemy that's hit? Because if so, this is extremely the pick right there. There's also Reckless Attack, gain 100% damage and lose 25 armor this turn. Upgrades to gain 200% damage and lose 50 armor this turn. I think it's still just 15, or I reckon yes. Immediate contradictions, perfect. Deal a hit for 150%, reduce the enemy's armor by 50 until the end of combat. That's really nice, but I'm going to take the safety one and just hope it works. There's a cracked Gar. Okay, I need to heal up before I go to the Mysterious Witch, because she's going to ask for like 90% of our HP, which is more than I currently have. I don't have any health there. Use the damage of all enemies by 20% this turn, or increase a random card's cost next turn. Oof. Oof, that increased our damage. Oof. Oofy. Alright. Alright, I see what you're all trying to do. Allow me to retort. 2 energy left. 2, 3, okay. Yeah, allow me to retort. Good. Nice follow-up. Good. I think I'm going to go with the random card increase next turn. Cover shot, and then... I mean, I'm taking no damage this turn. Should I guess I smoke shot the enemy that I don't care about as much. Yeah. And don't cast the ult. I have no real reason to. We pass. Multi-shots. There it is. That's spiritual. So, deadly lusts. Offer HP for barrier. Sure. Draw 2 weak shots, and then arrow storm them at all enemies. Yep. Hey, that didn't heal us. Didn't I play Lost that turn? Arrow Storm doesn't heal because it wasn't an attack? What? %50 lifesteal, you multi-shot. Multi-shot says use all arrow and spirit. Any of the things that trigger hits occur as a result of multi-shot triggers. That's an inconsistency right there. Lifesteal is an on-hit effect. All other on-hit effects trigger. Yeah. I would not be surprised to see that changed. And I would very much hope it would be. Because that is, it's probably going to kill this build. Well, we'll do what we can. Shot of Destiny, returning shot, deal a hit for 150% damage, ascends and returns. So that is 2 energy to deal a decent amount of damage. The thing is, you can also returning shot to hit the enemy, returning shot the second time to hit the enemy, and then multi-shot with the final return of it. Is Bug reporting the escape menu, I think. We'll have a check in a bit. I mean, I could theoretically take returning shot. It's decent directed damage. Yeah, it's good enough. At the end of every turn, gain barrier equal to 25% of your armor. As using your ultimate ability increases your armor by 25% this turn. Each hit has a 10% chance to reduce enemies' armor by 10 in rupturing shot. We actually don't have that much armor. If I get constant motion and then give myself 75 armor for the first couple turns, I guess I could try and get some value out of that. I'm going to try and go all in on killing the enemies, though. Right here. How does Arrowstorm work with returning shot? Does it shoot at all, just the first copy? I would assume it would just shoot the copy that is immediately available.
The shrine has faint traces of power lingering in the air. A priestess materializes out of the weirdness and asks what it is that you're looking for.
Here we should go for the healing.
The priestess lays.
Thank you. All right, Mysterious Witch.
Okay, what if we're also echoes of a powerful desire? And is there any desire stronger than the urge to live? What if we found a yearning even stronger than that? What would it do to the weirdness around us?
If I get robbed of the removal for the completion of this quest, I guess it's okay.
Yes, yes, yes. Go find my village. Meet the people there. See if you can think of anything that could ease their pain. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you'll know the village once you see it with your own eyes. I can't pinpoint the exact direction since it's buried deep within the weirdness.
Perfect. Okay, we're still allowed to do it.
What could it be that you...
I know nothing's free here. Don't worry.
Sometimes
I don't need it
the
to
best
be.
way to add something is to remove something.
Couldn't agree more. All right. I should get rid of... Ugh. God, I don't know if Blood Fabric is even good for us. Blind Fury seems strictly worse than Lob. The 3 hits for 100% to random enemies rather than 7 hits for 50% to random enemies. It might, like, I don't necessarily think in all cases, like, I don't think strictly worse applies. There are instances where you don't want to do many hits to enemies. But I still think it's good enough to be in here. I'll tell you, my immediate feeling is something like this. Maybe keep that one. I can't cast ultimate weaponry on the same turn that I use any of my field attacks, so maybe it's actually even getting ultimate weaponry out of the deck. Spiritual blows can stay. And a base shot. Something like that. Blood Fabric was good for Unresolved Loss. Yeah, it was good for Unresolved Loss, but it doesn't feel like I need it anymore. We're going all in on the removals. What are we in terms of this deck size now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 cards. We've also added a lot of cards, so. And bought straight up a bunch of cards too. Run down Windmill, Host over there. Candlemaker's behind the Host of Evil. Yeah, I should probably get the Tallow lasting longer. Well, do I need the Tallow lasting longer? Yeah, I do, because I'm going to want to actually use it to try and buff us up, because some of these fights are going to be rough otherwise. Sure. Perfect. We've got Field Attack out here in the opening hand. And it's even going to stun everyone. Nice. Should probably get Phantom's Aid out too. So that means I go Phantom's Aid and then I use one returning shot and then I Field Attack. Phantom's Aid. We use one returning shot. And then we Field Attack. But it's well, but it's for the negative 50%. Yeah, but I need the negative. Yeah, it's fine. We do that. Did you see him fall over? Get tripped. Can't be stunned. Can't be stunned. Yeah, can't be stunned. I forgot about that. Can't be stunned. That's entirely my bad, and I feel pretty bad about it. All right, Spiritual Flurry. Draws 7 weak shots. Don't know exactly what its energy cost was. Favored enemy. Place redirect on a chosen enemy for 2 turns. Costs 2. What's its other side? Place redirect on a chosen enemy for 4 turns. I guess decent with multi-shot if you're going to be targeting an enemy. Empty Vial. This one's weird. This one's weird. Off a 10. And then the second version is off a 10. The third version heals for 20%, 20 HP, and then you gain 50% damage until you enter combat. So in like previous fights, you offer, and then you offer, and then when you need it, you pop the blood potion. Apparently it's pretty good on Apostate. Perfect shot. Whenever you end a turn without dealing any hits, gain 50% extra damage the next turn. Not what we do. Each hit has a 5% chance to deal 100% more damage. Supersonic shot. Nice critical right there. And yeah, now they're starting to give us weird stones as the finals as well. Man. Rough. These things happen. These things happen. We made some progress.